Yodel doodle. What's going on?
Hey, are we keeping you up right now?
No, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, man. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, right.
Good to go.
Nice.
I think we're keeping you up.
No.
All right.
Well, pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Pretty
I'm
soon.
on the West Coast, though.
You got to get ready for tomorrow morning, the big day. And why is it a big day? Because every day is a big day. Let's go. No, I don't know. So
It,
dumb.
it is. It actually is, but
It is.
for me anyway.
Bro, you should treat every day like it's the best.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm looking outside right now and it's like sunny and so nice and wonderful. And this morning I went and ran and I couldn't see my hand in front of me how rainy it was. And like I had to jump over a river and like I was bushwhacking and it was like puddles like this deep. So for me it was like up to my chin. And so like it was really bad. And I'm like I don't know why I didn't wait like an hour or so. It would have been way better. But you know what? Running the rain builds character, and it's way more fun.
Yeah, and adventurous. Right on.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it running. It was more like sauntering around a little bit.
Slogging.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Potts is jumping on. I know he's putting pesto pasta in his face just now. He definitely didn't make it. I know his wife made it because I don't think he knows how to cook, to be honest. So we can get started with Adam because who needs that guy anyway? Whatever. Um, yeah, everyone doing good? Good, awesome. Chris, you're looking fit. Nice clean cut too. Looks nice. Mark, I know you had a bunch of questions about heat stuff. A bunch of other questions too. So I'm actually trying to pull those up right now. So for today, because Andy's being a little bum. Did he join yet, or is he still being a bum? He's being a bum. I'm gonna text him real quick, guys. Give me 10 seconds. Okay. So for today, what we're gonna try and cover is some team logistics stuff, things you need to know, all the questions you guys sent in, and just about championship racing and how to handle it the best you can. That's the plan and the name of the game. And Christy, we're gonna go over your pedal question too. You know what? I'm gonna start with that. That is the best thing to start with. Okay. So the pedals you have, okay? Typically those type of pedals, so she has, for everyone that's out there, Shimano makes two types of pedals really. They make SPD and SPDSL. They should really name them different things. They should because they're completely different, right? SPDSL is what you normally see on a cycling shoe. It has the yellow or the blue cleat or the red cleat, and those have different tensions. So how your foot gets out of them, okay? The SPD, which Christy, what you have, is a metal cleat. And that's typically used for mountain biking, trail riding, or indoor cycling. I actually use these cleats for a really long time on a road bike too, and was bruised and bloody on my shins all the time because I would slide out, I couldn't get in. It was a pain in the you know what. So here's my recommendation, Christy. I'll give you a couple. I'll give you short term, long term. Short term, practice on a bike trainer, or even just like get yourself so you can be propped up, leaning on something on a wall or whatever, and practice stationary. Okay. Or practice having someone hold you up, like leaning on a wall too. Don't just have them hold you up because you'll fall. I've tried that and it sucks. Um, so practice, just practice, practice, practice. Do it over and over again. If you can go to a gym, right, like a Lifetime, whatever. If you have a gym membership, typically every spin bike has those cleats. Practice on that too. Really, like that's number one. Two, you got to be patient, 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 and like real, like you got to come kind of from behind and kind of an angle and step into it. Like that's not really rocket science, but like that's kind of the way to do it. So that's the best advice I can give you. Like if you stay with your current setup. Because the other thing is these are recess shoes. Usually reset the cleats recessed a little bit, so it's harder to get in and out of. And but it's easier to walk in, which is really cool. Um, Third, I'd say that the other option, the other route to go is get yourself a pair of road specific cleats, and shoes. If you need recommendations, just text me or email me and I will give them to you. Happy to do that. That's really probably your best option long term. One, it'll be easier. Two, the power transfer is way better. And three, you have a way better platform that you sit on. It's a better interaction between your foot and the pedal for road cycling specifically. So that would be my recommendations for you. There's not much more than that. I wish there was a secret sauce or some magic there. There's not. I'm sorry, but that's it. Okay, does that work? Cool, awesome. We got that one out of the way. Making moves. Andy Potts joined us. What's up?
Hey, man. Nobody wants to hear anybody's sob story about how they had to re-download things and re-log in, whatever.
No,
Um,
you're eating pesto. Be honest. You're like,
so
scusi, I want a little pesto pasta.
I will say this about SPDs. They are a little recessed, but also I, I would challenge everybody to think about their pedal as a more like a system. So if the better shoe you have, therefore the better like the cleat and the bottoms, the sole of the shoe become one. And then once you are married to the pedal, the cleat, the sole of the shoe become one. And then the better shoe you have is a upper, makes it feel like you are driving power straight into the crank going all the way through. And I've found that like a little bit wider of a platform that my shoe can sit on, the more stability it provides. So if you are looking at different pedal options, I rode I've ridden SPDs, I've ridden Speed Plays. Speed Plays a little bit bigger. I would say SPDs are kind of like that. I don't
On the side.
know. Yep. Speed Play. Then you got like your triangle setups, like your Look, Shimano. I do like a wider platform
Yeah.
to help with the whole system and the marriage there. And it is a little bit more annoying to walk around in. So, but here's the thing: why are you wearing bike shoes to walk around?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be biking in those bike shoes and less walking?
You,
Next
Potts,
level. Now.
that's some crazy stuff right there. You know the story I've told so many times about Leadville. So Leadville just happened, the bike race. Back many years ago, I got asked to do the Leadville race like a couple weeks before. Never rode a mountain bike before in my life. Showed up,
I
they
remember.
gave me a mountain bike the morning of the race. Like a sponsor brought one for me. And I showed up with my road shoes, my road pedals, everything. He's like, what? The guy's like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm here to do Leadville. He goes, not in no shoes, you're not. I go, why? He goes, well, you're gonna have to walk. I go, I didn't come here to walk. I came here to ride my bike. So I'm gonna ride my bike today. And so I did all of Leadville, the mountain bike race. I did walk. It was not fun. I slid a lot more and fell a lot more than I walked. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
It's definitely a challenge, more challenge. It's not this enduro fire road race. It's a
Leadville?
it's a real mountain bike race.
Now not as bad. Like now that I've ridden a mountain bike a lot, it's more enduro-ish. There's a couple spots. But I'll never forget, everyone hears about Powerline. So Powerline has a big downhill, right? It goes down and down, down, right? And I was with like probably the second or third group at this point because I like the first part was all just like climbing and fire road, so I was good, right? No problem. We're going down. The whole race goes left. I went right through the woods. I had to lay the bike down because I couldn't turn or stop. Um, it was great.
Wait, so you this is more of a wide open race? I thought like there
No,
were pinch
no,
that turn into single track.
there is single track, but it's like it's not technical at all. There, I mean, listen, if you never ridden a mountain bike, it's technical, but it's not technical. Like you can fly on it.
What about like more technical or less technical than the Falcon Loop?
Uh, less,
Oh,
less.
less tech.
Yeah.
Okay, because that
Falcon,
one's pretty flowy.
it's super flow. You can fly on that one, but it's not as fa it's all single track. Leadville has a lot of fire road.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
was totally
you're
totally
actually
off.
on a road at one point too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone riding Leadville in drops these days? Or are they all doing that straight bar still?
I feel like I saw
You
someone
know what?
on a gravel bar.
Sorry, I watched a bit of the of Leadville this year, and there were a lot of people in drops.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Well, there's a
Okay.
huge section that's on the road. It's a dirt road, but it's
Yeah,
and you're like in a
yeah.
peloton.
And Andy, they were talking about, and to Daniel's point, that it's not that technical of a race. It's
Yeah.
just that altitude is makes it so hard, and
Yeah.
it's 100 miles,
Yeah.
and that's kind of why it's so beastly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 miles, 10,000 feet. Yeah, that requirements is
Yeah. Not to digress too much, but the day after I did that race, I wasn't feeling so good, like a little in the head, and I roll up to the ER. Yeah, I roll up to the ER, and who's there to help me? Dr. Buzz Potts, Andy's dad. He's in there. He admitted me, took care of me that day.
cool.
It was pretty funny.
Is that when you got first diagnosed?
Yes. No, 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 no. No, that was it was after that. That was
Okay.
I had like what is it called? Not like it's the onset of like the bends for altitude, whatever that's called.
Oh,
Uh,
you had high altitude sickness or hate,
yeah,
high altitude pulmonary
yeah, edema. That's what it is. It's like an edema
edema.
kind of. Yeah, that's what it is. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on this podcast. Well, not podcast. This talk once a week. Okay, we digressed. All right. Should we go logistics or we should go questions first, Potts? What do you want to do? Because you know we
Let's go.
real easy.
Yeah, you did start us off nice with our questions. Let's keep rolling with the questions.
All right. So this one's going to take longer. We've talked about it before. You know this well and good. You've trained it a lot, specifically for Kona, but also in general. We have heat management, right? We have to deal with the heat in races, especially this time of year. Wisconsin could be 180 or 5 degrees. You don't know. Waco, it's going to be hotter than the sun. Kona, oh brother, like let's just do that. So, how do you best train and prepare for the heat? What's the protocols, right, in your sessions for heat sessions? Do you count for humidity? Should you be doing sauna? What should you be doing? Do you want to go? You want me to start?
I'll start it off. Here we go. So I'm going to start with the first main thing is no matter what protocol you want to try and adapt and adopt to, um, or sorry, adopt and adapt to, um, you need to do it in such a way that it doesn't impact your sessions. Uh, Fitness and riding and the importance of the actual workout definitely trumps any protocols for heat adaptation.
Yeah.
Don't let this quest for being purely heat adapted impact your like so you can get away with it once, twice, three times, four times. It starts to leak into if you go all in on all these different things we're about to talk about, it can ruin your general prep.
Yeah.
So prioritize the main thing, having quality workouts. If the quality of the workout starts to deteriorate, then you need to back off on some of the protocols. Prioritize the main thing, which is your workouts, and then slowly add back in some of the things that you think were working. And now we'll talk about the things that can enhance or help you with heat adaptation.
Can I
Daniel?
give you a mini digression on this? So, we've been working a lot more with like runners and ultra runners and elite runners. And one of the studies that came out recently, they were talking about is like when you have a really hard effort or run, is actually cooling before the run. Like take a cold shower before, and it helps with your cooling during the event itself. And that's way more beneficial than doing heat training during your run and being completely zonked and you can't get any efforts in the work. So like they had one group that like tried to do heat stuff, all these protocols during their workouts, pre whatever, and their performance and their fitness actually was lower than the people that cooled before and had a better workout.
Believe
So
it.
it's better to cool first and get the quality out of the workout. So keep going now, but that's a good
All right. So this is actually really important, Daniel, when you mentioned that. So one of the easiest, lowest bars to clear when you're doing a heat acclimatization phase is riding without a fan. But it's also there's two things that a fan does for you.
But Andy,
And
I never use a fan when I ride outside. I unclip
nice, nice. But
it.
if you're riding
Sorry.
anyway,
Sorry.
if you're riding inside
Okay.
and you
Oh,
want,
inside. Okay, got it, got
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Riding with a fan will lower your perceived level of exertion based off of the current watts you're pushing. So it makes any effort feel easier. That's number one. And number two, it actually does lower your, because it takes air, stagnant air, and pushes it over your body. So it adds a cooling effect. So you are able to cool, physiologically cool yourself faster with a fan, and it lowers your perceived level of exertion. So those are two factors. But
There is a
again,
corollary benefit. It's part of the Scandinavian method, not the Norwegian method. And you're training your aerodynamics with the fan hitting you. And you can I'm
oh,
kidding, guys. I'm only kidding. My God.
um, say I'd say prioritize the workout though. Like if
Yep.
it means no fan means you can't do the third through eighth reps because you're too overheated. You needed the fan.
Yeah.
Next time, put the fan on. You're not quite ready for that. So adjust with the fan. Number two, um, let's go sauna, hot tub, post workout. So I love sauna, love a hot tub post workout. I think this is one is getting a lot more traction these days in terms of a performance enhancer. Some of the protocols that you need is you need to continue to hydrate while you're in the sauna or while you're in the hot tub. Um, that will help you recover from the bout that you just did, the workout you just did. And I just read a study that said a hot tub is more effective than a sauna. And like
That's crazy.
it had some good data behind it. I think the overwhelming piece behind that data was you just have a harder time self-regulating when you're immersed in water. And like the sweat mechanism isn't as effective, and therefore, and the water doesn't need to be as hot in relation to how hot a sauna needs to be. Um, so yeah, and I like building up to 20 minutes. Start at maybe like 8 to 10 minutes, two times, build up to 20 minutes in one effort. And then some of the protocols, you got to get your sauna at least 180 degrees. Hot tubs, I think you're starting to get a real nice boost at like 101, all the way up to 105. I think 108 things start to get dangerous. Maybe that's body temp. No, does that sound right?
Body temp, you'd be dead, bro. Like
Yeah,
you'd
I know body
be
temp, but
fried.
water, does that water temp sound right to
It
anyone who knows
sounds
a hot
about
tub?
right. I might be spewing nonsense right now, but isn't a side benefit of sauna and hot tub is increased blood plasma or something that happens with your blood
Volume.
volume, blood volume. Yeah, you get increased blood volume from using sauna and using hot tub, which is like um, legal doping, brah. That's what it
It
is.
is.
Yeah,
This used to be hard to get if you lived at altitude.
yeah,
You couldn't maximize volume. But now with some of these heat protocols, you can not only enhance your blood volume, but your pure hematocrit with and then yeah, and therefore your ability to bring muscle or blood to the surface, cool off your skin, as well as more red blood cells, better circulation, better oxygen delivery, all the good things.
yeah. So if you can get the sauna or the hot tub after a workout, it's called a schwitz in my world, if you know what I'm talking about. Go for one of
That's
those
awesome.
with your friends. The other thing, and I'm sure you go into this, Andy, is you can train anything, right? So like Andy
Yes.
used to take, you gotta train your dermis. right? So you got to train your skin for the heat too. How does your skin handle cooling but handle the sun? Because like if you start to get burned really bad, which you're gonna, and you haven't trained it, you're gonna be hotter. So always apply sunblock, but you have to get out in the sun a little bit too. I mean, be careful about that. You've seen these older triathletes; they look terrible. Look at, I mean, Andy.
Um,
No.
yeah, me. So, so Tyler asked if we recommend actually doing a little bit of work in a sauna. I'll take this a couple different directions. I don't love this. I would rather make the working out a thing and then the sauna a thing. I don't think you're getting the benefit of either as much as you can if you combine them. I think you're going to reduce the quality of the, let's say, push-ups. You're going to reduce the quality of why you're doing push-ups, and you won't last as long in the sauna, because you're you're pushing your core temp up yourself as well as externally there. So I don't love it. I would rather keep them separate. Um,
There's
and
one
then there was a
There's
go
one
ahead.
key to this whole thing. If you're going to go down this road, which Andy mentioned earlier, is you have to hydrate and fuel during this, and you can't let this leave you so depleted you can't cool off, regulate, and recover. Because that's really
Yeah,
what you need to get to.
yeah, and I'm going to add on top of that one piece is the safety piece. That's also why I don't like working out in a sauna. I don't think it's that safe
Yeah.
of an environment. I think the risk is a little too high for the reward, so I don't love that. And then the makeshift steam room is another heat acclimatization tool where you ride inside in a bathroom with the shower on
Yeah.
or the hot tub or the tub filling and on. This one's okay. Um, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze on this.
What are we, 1980s
Usually,
wrestlers and then spitting in a cup when
yeah,
we're done? Like, come on.
yeah, that's where I feel like that's
Go
going. I
work
think
out.
we're,
Go work out in the
yep,
sun. Like everyone
yep,
lives where it's pretty warm. Like go work out.
yep, yep. And then like you got some Canadians who will,
Simon.
you know, well, they'll try to use some of the steam room effects up in Canada because it does get cold. Again, prioritize the workout. If you're still getting a good workout in that environment, kudos to you. But it's hard to do.
Yeah. The other thing I would say is if you're coming from a climate that's not warm, when you get to race site, like let's use Kona, and let's say you're there 4 or 5 days in advance, don't over expose yourself, but you need to expose yourself a little more every day to the heat. Like you can't just be in air conditioning for 5 days straight, then go out and race. That's not going to work for you. So like you give yourself mild exposure over time. Like, and you remember when we used to drive in the car, we wouldn't turn the air conditioning on
Oh yeah.
and we'd open the windows and we'd do stuff like that. And that would kind of help. You just don't want to go from like a cold climate to being in air conditioning for 5 days to then going and racing. You'll be fine, but it's not awesome.
I would like you guys to think about this as a paradigm. Like when you're getting ready for a performance, you need to prioritize performance.
Yeah.
And sometimes that isn't always choosing the thing that's super hard. I know as Ironman triathletes and half Ironmans, Olympic distance, just choosing the sport of triathlon, like you have a predisposition already set in you that you like hard things. But just because it's not hard doesn't mean it can't help you and enhance your performance. It's not always about like um, just doing really hard things that make you tired. If the goal is make yourself tired, well, I think Daniel and I can come up with even like more inventive ways just to tire you out and go get exhausted. But we're trying to specifically challenge you in ways to enhance your triathlon performance. So that's what that I think that's a gray line, and I actually had this conversation today with John Carlock, who's my strength coach for a really long time. I actually got to see him in person today, which was fun. And we talked about that. So he's like, "Yeah, I got great ways to make people tired, but we need them to perform." So,
Yeah. I,
yep,
I think that goes to the same thing, and we've talked this before, is like things don't have to be difficult to be right.
yep.
Um, Plain and simple, right? Like keep it simple. I mean, you always hear it like, all right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna take my 45 vitamins and then I'm gonna get in my boots and I'm gonna take my nap and then I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna get massage and I'm gonna do this. Well, when are you gonna work out, buddy? When are you gonna do that part of it? Well, I gotta do all these other things. No, I think you should work out first, and we can worry about everything else later. It's the same thing with heat and all this other stuff. Simple is better. There is protocol. We've kind of touched on it a little bit. Light
I got
exposure.
one.
Okay, go again. Go again. Yeah, tell us more.
Yeah. The we did have this is kind of a question with the Amias.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
band. Yep, I do like it a
The
lot.
Infinity Stones. Oh.
So I really like it. The crystals they can break, um, but I think they're fairly robust if you're kind to them. I don't mind the hat at all. I think it's whatever one is like they are staying firm with, like, and they're pressed up against your forehead, and um, I don't think you're trapping that much heat, more heat in a hat. But if the visor or the headband makes you feel cooler, go with what makes you feel cool. You have to also understand that, like, you're not wearing the crystals in any cool environment. You're just wearing it in a hot environment. So if the idea is to stay cool, then choose the one that makes you feel the coolest. And by coolest, I mean coldest, not hippest.
Bro, dropping knowledge. That was kind of cool. That was like an entendre. Uh,
Catherine has. She said that Boca has a hat that you can put ice in.
Ooh,
Pretty, and cooling sleeves too.
that's kind of
When we
sick.
talk about cooling
So that's
in
where I
a
was
warm
going.
environment, um, so the readily accessible pieces of your body to aim for to cool are going to be your forehead, not the back. Well, back is fine, but forehead's like super ideal. That's why the crystals are located where they are. And then the other part is your palms. Palmar cooling. The third location on your body at the bottom of your feet. The commonality between all these three different places is they naturally don't grow hair, right? So we don't grow hair on our palms, on the bottoms of our feet, and our forehead, and therefore they have better receptors for the transduction of heat or cold. What we're actually finding out now is, like, if you were to go to a trauma center because you have a high core temperature, they're actually, like, what we used to do is like, oh, heat the core, heat the chest. Well, like, let's say you're super cold and you need to warm up quickly. They're putting heat compresses on your forehead and in your palms and on the bottoms of your feet, and they're finding that in some cases it's heating the body up faster if you do it that way when you compare it to like just heating the core. And also same with cooling, they're able to cool a body that's too hot better through palmar and bottoms of your feet cooling than they are through the core. Pretty interesting.
Super interesting.
Um,
So,
one other I would add from a hypothermic experience that I had open water swimming was in the EMT, they also put hot pads like in my crotch. So I think the opposite of that would be true, right? Ice down the shorts.
yes.
i,
Um,
I like ice down the shorts. Now I think it's
So many jokes right now.
I think it just feels good. I'm not sure.
until it doesn't.
No, no, no. I think it actually
Uh,
just feels good. I
things
don't
down the
know if
shorts always feel good. I mean, I'm just saying.
if
Like,
it actually helps you cool down. I don't know, but I know it feels good. I
Yeah.
did.
I've also messed around with a cooling towel during some of my long runs here in Phoenix that seems to work pretty well too. And you just wrap it around your neck, and they're kind of
Yep.
long enough to tuck in your shirt. So just another option, I guess.
Yeah, that one is a good one because of how ubiquitous it is and how you can re-cool it, right? So like if you're using like a hand cooler and you run and it just starts to get warm versus like you can re-dunk the towel quite quickly.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And and then to answer your other question, Mark, I think personally, I think you're always better off with a more ventilated road aero helmet than like a traditional non-ventilated aero helmet when it's crazy hot. I'd rather have some ventilation than anything else. I'd give up maybe a little bit of that aero
Yeah, good.
for cooling. That's just how I feel. Um, I like to be able to cool off a little bit because if your brain is on fire, you're not going to be in the hunt for anything anyway. I think you can find a really good balance too between something aero and fast and something that still cools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to weigh your goals on that one too.
Yeah.
Like what are your goals?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my PTSD from Waco, where I cooked my head, was I had a 40-minute lead on third with going into T2 with two Kona slots, and I spent 20 minutes in transition puking and overheated before I could get out, and needless to say, didn't finish second.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
So they're starting to offer portable saunas you can use in T2, and it helps when you go out into the. No, I'm only kidding. My God. I'm off today. I'm sorry. No, Mark, you're better off not sitting in transition. Wear a road arrow helmet. You could find a
Yeah.
really fast. You could find a really fast one.
Yep.
You'll be good to go. Um, all right. Let's stay on the race tip for another minute, okay? Um, da, 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 da. So going back to Tyler, he asked before. He's doing his first full Ironman. He asked a couple questions. One, he's done 70.3s. Could he expect to go about the same time like the double in the Ironman, in his Ironman? And what's the ideal way to pace the marathon? Um, this is a big depends one, real huge depends one. It depends how fit you are and specific to Ironman fit you are and how fit you were during your 70.3 compared to Ironman fit. Typically, I'm going to say very broad spectrum. You could probably double it and I would say add almost an hour for your first. Double and add an hour. That would be my guess. If you're really fit, it's probably a bit less.
What
Um,
do you think? Double plus 15%. What's
that's
15%?
that's cool. It depends how fast you go, right? But so
Exactly.
like, let's say you're 4 hours and a half.
Okay.
That's eight, then plus 25. That's eight. That's 9 hours, right? Did I do that right? I think so. Yeah. Did I do that right? I did it in my head really fast. I kind of guessed actually. Um, well, 15, what is that? I got a calculator
So
here. Point one.
what's 10%? That's six. That's six is three is nine.
That's
9.
No, no, 15% of 4 hours is 54 minutes. So that'd be like if you went 4 hours, yeah, that's right. Because
No, no,
no,
because an hour is 25% of 4 hours.
bro, oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this live right now. Um,
Yeah,
four
yeah.
4 hours is 360 minutes. Did I do that right? No, I did not. It's 240 minutes. Shit. Okay, forget that. I messed up.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, my bad.
36 minutes is 15% of 4 hours.
Yeah, I think that's on the
Eight,
pointy end.
So you're super fast. You can do double plus 15%.
Yeah, because that'd be like if you go, let's say you're 4 hours, that's
Yep. Super, super fit.
yeah.
Super, super fit.
Yep.
Yep. And then,
That'd be that'd be my guess. And Ironman specific fit.
yep. And
Because
then, so you're Ironman specific and crazy fast and fit. It's 15, as low as 15% after doubling, and as much as, it depends, but as much as like 40%.
yeah, or 100%.
Or 100%. That happens.
Yeah.
That
Right.
definitely happens.
Yeah.
Ironman.
What's funny is
Yep.
my math on this, the double plus an hour, I came up with almost 20 years ago in a bar, like during a bar conversation. That's what I came up with. And it's
And
held fairly true.
not bad. I
Yeah.
think it's, yeah, even with technology, I feel
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I think that's about right. But if you're fit, you can go faster. And when you get real good, 15 or less than that. Um, but your question was how to pace the marathon. Um, and this is again a big depends on how you pace the bike and how fit you are and how your training went. But typically, and I'm going to give you very broad strokes here, which we've talked about a lot, um, you're not going to be running as fast as you run an open marathon. Like that's just it's not going to happen. Sorry.
20.
Yeah, about that. Exactly. The more important thing is you might not run faster as the race goes on, but you have to negative energy split, which means you have to get stronger energy wise. So an 8 minute mile at mile 4 is going to feel a heck of a lot easier potentially than an 8 minute mile at mile 20. So what you have to set up your race for is to be able to be able to increase your energy, your output, your RPE throughout to maintain pace. And that's really where the secret sauce is in running a marathon in an Ironman. Um, and I think we've went through this a bunch of times. We broke it down almost like in like 4 to 6 mile increments of how you want to do it, but you should feel like you're doing nothing early on, like nothing.
Yeah. And this is where cardiac drift really messes with your mind if you're
Yeah.
not ready for it. Your heart rate, it's going to be pretty low for what you're getting,
Yeah.
because it becomes such a strength exercise. Um, like you're just not going to be able to move fast enough to get that heart rate up where it feels better. It feels good. It feels bad because you can't move fast enough. So therefore, it's kind of like on purpose over gearing on
Yeah.
a bike, like late on a hill,
Yeah. So
climbing pikes, big ring only.
yeah, it feels good late. It does feel good late. I'd rather, yeah. So this is where, and I don't want to confuse people or give bad advice if you have health issues or anything else, but this is where like artificially raising your heart rate really helps in an Ironman marathon. So like Coca-Cola, Red Bull, stuff like that. I used to do Starbucks coffee actually. Uh, if you could, sometimes you have to artificially raise your heart rate to be able to feel better to run at an adequate speed. So I would experiment with caffeine and things like that as you get into like your Ironman running, especially later on in the run, because of this cardiac drift that occurs during it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be
Yeah.
real careful with like caffeine loading.
Yeah.
It does have half life, and it takes a little while for it to metabolize. So some of this caffeine that you're ingesting at hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, it's not clearing your system all the way
Yeah.
by the time you're adding in more caffeine. So be super conscious of it, and yep, try
Yeah.
not to overload.
Yeah.
Yep, fine line.
Okay. So staying on the race front, we'll stay a little more um, I don't know, nebulous. I don't know what the word is I want to use first, and then we'll get into a specific. How to deal with pre-race nerves and doubts. Doesn't matter how many races I do, I still get them. Um, you want to start, Potts?
Yeah, perfectly normal. Um, totally normal. It means it matters to you.
Yes.
Uh, how do you channel that? What are some of the things that you can practice on a daily basis to make some of the things that could potentially be a heavy lift on race morning, pre-race, race night before? Like, how do you automate that, at least in your mind, as like, oh no, this is what I do. Um, and it becomes like you start to take some of the decision making out of it, and then that way you can just kind of get on with the thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it because it means it matters, and that's special.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the things also that is fleeting in sports, and it's a feeling that hopefully it's if it's not on your list of things that you want to experience in life, put it on there. Put on that like it means you're alive, it means you have feelings, it means it matters. Um,
Yeah.
Things like this don't last, but they're important to experience because it's part of the living and being alive experience that makes life awesome,
Yeah.
even if it kind of stinks in the moment and you don't really like it that much. Put it on that list of like, okay, I know it's coming, means I'm alive. All
Yeah.
right, here we go. Next,
Yeah.
what do you
So,
got, D?
all right. So I got a couple things. First, I think you nailed it. If you're not nervous, it means it doesn't matter enough, and that's a problem, right? Like I know personally when was like, okay, I guess I'm racing or I'm doing this thing, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this, and I just moved on in life. Like that was my sign. Like, yeah, it's not important to me anymore. It's cool, right? Like whatever it is. So being nervous is a good thing. Second, and I think you nailed it with this, routine is everything. Just like when you get up every morning, you get up to go to the pool, right? You're not reinventing your schedule every time. You're not reinventing what you have to do. You're just grabbing your bag, you're going. Your bag's already in your locker, right? And you're on autopilot. This is how you take your nerves away race week. All right, I'm on autopilot. Like I'm just going to work. Like I got my stuff, I got this, I got my routine, I got my schedule. I know I'm doing, even if it's just a schedule for that week. But like I can remember showing up to the start line so many times, looking at Andy, looking at Brian before and be like, all right, here we go again. Like, let's do this. Like, it's just what we do. And so that comes through preparation and practice. There's two types of nerves though, right? There's the nerves of like, oh my God, like big thing coming. I'm excited. This is great. And there's the nerves of, oh shit, I didn't do the work and I'm really scared. And so that's the one that's not good. And if you have that one, you got to look at your preparation. And then you say, okay, I have to prepare better because you always default to your lowest level of preparation. So you prepare properly and your nerves are okay at that point. Cool?
Yep.
Makes sense? All right, word. All right, so
Sometimes you just need, yeah, you just need that gun to go off. You
yeah.
know you're all right. You just want to. You gotta get to that gun go off, and you'll be all right. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and then it goes off and you get drowned and you're like, shit, this actually sucks. And you're like, whatever. Um,
That much.
okay. So staying on the race front, we had a question about 70.3 Marbella. And we got a lot of athletes going from our team, from the US, from the world. It's a beast of a bike course. Big climbs. I think it's like 1,700 meters for all of
Yeah,
us
yeah.
for all us non-metric people. That's about 6,000 feet, roughly, right? Did I do that right? Roughly 5,500.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I live in a metric country now. I'm doing metric. It's cool. Um, so I only think in metric. Sorry. So the question was like, first of all, I had two people contact me about this. One on our thread, one personally about how they're scared of how technical and they're worried about it, and like should I be riding outside? What I told that person was like, if you if you have the strength, you have the strength going up. It's not going to matter. You build strength on the bike every which way and you'll be strong and you'll be fine. Going down, it comes down to there's some skills with going downhill, but it also comes to your mindset. If you're riding scared and you're letting the road control you and you're kind of reacting, it's not going to go well. You have to control the road. You can control the turns. You can control that stuff. So you have to be confident when you do something. Don't be silly. Be confident. Next, should I ride a road bike or a TT bike? All right, so I looked at this course and I read a bunch of reviews on it. I've actually been to the area a bunch, so I know it fairly well. I haven't ridden it, but I know it. The course is challenging, but not technical. There's a few technical turns, but not really. Like a big part of the descent is on a major highway. Um, there's a few, but it's not like crazy switchbacky like you think of Nice, you think of a lot of Europe. It's not like that. So it's going to be technical, but not crazy. As a proxy, you won't see one pro athlete on a road bike. There's if there is, I owe Andy $5 in a pickle. Like I don't know. But I doubt it. Like I highly doubt it. The other thing is,
I've been in for 15 minutes.
what's
Oh,
that?
okay.
Oh yeah, cool. Um, if you if you like your road bike better, you're stronger on it,
Good.
you have a better power position on a road bike, then ride the road bike. If you're better on a TT bike, you're comfortable riding a TT bike, you have good power position on a TT bike, ride the TT bike. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. It could be, hey, it's easy to travel with my road bike. Ride your road bike. But the way the course sets up is you have like, I want to say it's like 5 to 6K or so flat on next to the ocean. And then you climb for like 13 miles. But it's again not technical. It just like kind of goes a few steep spots, like few, but not crazy. And then it kind of like sweeping downs and you have out back, you got to climb up again and then you go back down. So I wouldn't think about it too much. If you can, this is one of those places. Nice is another one. I'd probably pre-ride the course, the downhill if I could, just to see it, so you're comfortable. Have someone drive you up to the top to the spot, and you ride it down. You can either hop back in the car or ride home, or just drive it. But things look very different driving versus riding. With that said, couple things you need to know about Marbella. First, it actually is pretty dangerous to ride around there because the roads are pretty busy that the course is on. So be careful, pick them wisely, maybe drive it first. Second, it could be either really hot or cold. It just depends. Like right now, it's sweltering there, but I think by the time the race comes around, it'll be a little chilly. So make sure you bring like a layer or something. Third, if you've never been to Marbella, it is expensive. So open up your wallet and get ready. It's a pricey place to be, but it's awesome. Really good restaurants, really good hanging out, great scenery. It's a good spot. Go walk around, see all the yachts. The most of them will be gone by that time of year, but there'll probably be about like still like 100 of them or 200 of them. Like it's
My yacht won't be there.
yours won't.
No.
Okay, all right. You already moved it to the sub Mediterranean at that point, or where'd you go?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you moved
We're
to
gonna
East
take it
Med.
around. We're gonna take it around the horn.
Oh, okay. All right, around the horn. Doo-doo-doo. But yeah, that's what I got for that one. If you want to talk about that race more, let me know. I'm happy to walk through your race plan with you. We actually have pretty great plans that people put together. Funny enough, side note, I've had about 4 or 5 people email me about race plans this week for different races, and they're like, "Hey, you got to do my race plan." And these are like athletes we coach or whatever. I'm like, no. Doesn't work that way. So, for anyone that works with us, we never write race plans for athletes, right, Chris? No. Why not? Because we used to. And what happens is athletes don't buy into race plans that their coaches write for them. You write your own race plan and then we fix it and alter it and massage it together. And when we do that, then you buy in and you have a great race. So there is a great template that we have. I think all of our training plan athletes have it. All of our one-on-one athletes definitely have it. Potsets Plus too. Use it. It helps. And the real trick to it is use it like at the beginning of the year and come up with like, this is what I want. And then it kind of lays out what you need to get what you want. And then the plan gets built around that. It's a wonderful thing. So there you go. Uh, I think that was all. Oh, we had one more question. Does AP Racing offer stars and bars on kits and apparel for national age group and Clydesdale champions? This is coming from a guy that won like 8 national championships this week. Give it up for Scott. I think he won 42 of them actually. Let's go, Scott. He won them all. Like, I think he won the equestrian division too. Like, there are so many. I can't even keep track. Congratulations, Scott. Um, maybe we can do a custom kit for anyone that won a national championship. We were going to do a championship kit this year, but I spent like, I don't know, a month designing it and it came out horrible. So I didn't want to spare you that because it
I
was,
get our new one's pretty good. I think our 26 one is pretty good.
yeah, it's
Uh,
pretty good.
I'm excited to unveil that. We'll unveil that in
Couple,
maybe a month or
no, a couple
two.
weeks. No, a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to unveil our 2026 kits in a couple weeks. We have a couple different kits and we're going to do, it looks like right now we're going to have team kit, a crew kit, two special edition kits for locations where we have camps, and we will have a summer America slash championship slash something kit that'll be the other
Okay.
one, which will be sick.
Cool.
And that'll come out in like July. And I'll send all this information out. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, kit reveal in a couple weeks, and we're gonna do our first kit order, I think the second week in October. So everyone will have everything early this year. Famous last words. You know, but that's the plan. But I already designed,
Good,
we already designed them. So
good kit, good segue into some bullet point logistics.
okay, go.
Well, kit unveiling
Okay.
um, is big one. Next is team.
Yes. So team. Andy, you have no idea what you wanted to say. You're just like team and bananas. Talk about it,
Not
David.
true.
No,
You've
no,
got it
no.
in front of you.
No,
That's
I'm
so not
joking. All right, so team.
true.
You guys are going
Sure,
to see a
sure.
lot. You're going to see a lot of communication next couple of weeks or so about like applications are open for the team and coaching and camps and all this other stuff. Here's the lowdown. If you're already on the team, squad, or crew, you don't have to reapply, but you can tell your friends to apply. So you know them, yes. Beautiful. Peace, man. Second, if you're a one-on-one athlete or Potsets Plus athlete, you don't need to apply. Done. Cool. If you're on the squad, you want to be on our elite team, you do have to apply. So you should do that. Um, yeah. Next, camps. Right now, we have our camps open just for our crew athletes and for camp alumni. Chula Vista only has like 14 or 13 spots left, actually, after this morning, someone registered. So get on that. If we get enough interest, we will add a second week or we'll add more staff so that we can attend to everyone's needs appropriately. We're going to have more staff this year at all of our camps. We kind of had some logistical things last year that made it a little harder, but this year we're good to go because our coaches aren't being bums anymore. No, I'm only kidding. Um, okay. Uh, Other thing on camps, we we've talked about it. We are definitely absolutely doing maybe our Blue Ridge Cycling Challenge camp this year. Cycling camp with some swimming and riding
Next year.
next year, 2026 in September. This thing is going to be amazing. It's better than the championship race. We'll have jerseys just for this, I promise. Um, we are going to navigate from the start of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia to the end of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Asheville, just outside Asheville, North Carolina. 486 miles, give or take, in 30 or so, over 45,000 feet of climbing. That would be 15,000 meters, give or take a few, and a heck of a lot of fun. So we'll start in one location, finish in the other. There's nothing else like it on Earth except for other things like this. It's,
I
it's
will say that this camp, though, is we will have a restriction on people.
yes,
So if this is something that's piquing your interest, we want to put it out there early. So those who are extremely interested, we lock it down. But once the spots fill, they're like we aren't going to keep extending and opening
yeah.
things up.
Cool thing about this one too is like it's hard to get lost. I say that all the time and it never comes true, but it is hard to get lost because it's one road the entire way, except when we go to our hotels. Pretty awesome. As a funsy, Scott Caduce and maybe Andy and I is going to come, and then I too. That was good English. I'm going to go as well at the end of October to go ride the whole thing to check it out. We figured it'd be super fun for it to be our first time on the bikes, our last camp, and just go for it. So if we can do
Speak
it
for
every
yourself.
year,
I've been riding.
have you?
Yeah,
30
dude.
minutes
Come,
just spinning it out.
the cycling legs are coming true.
Honestly, I told you, you got to go and buy me. Sorry, guys, you got to go buy me some bike shoes. I don't have any. I left them in Chula. Uh,
Speaking of Tula, if we get enough interest, we will add a second week,
yeah,
and that is like a high point for us. So we have dates up and published. They're not the ones behind me. This is 2024.
five, four, 2024.
It's 2024 schedule.
Yeah. We are
Yeah.
also going back to Mallorca though this year for anyone who wants to go abroad to the island of Mallorca. This is one of those camps we do at ASL, our Brazilian partners. If we get enough people, Andy and I will be there kicking butt with all you guys. If we don't, we won't. That's how it works. But I'm probably going to go either way because I like Mallorca and I like to ride my bike there.
America.
So
So
nice.
there was a top 5 list of best places to ride in the
Mallorca.
world. Mallorca, numero
Yeah,
uno.
it's pretty good.
In Portuguese, numero, whatever one is in Portuguese.
Uno.
Uno.
Yeah,
Uno?
same thing, bro. Yeah, it's the
All
same.
right, cool. Nailed it.
You're so good. You're so bilingual.
One
Do it
take.
in French. Do it in French. Come on, do it in French.
Uno.
Yeah, there you go.
Eh,
Do,
eh,
do it.
uno. Eh, uno. It's like Portuguese, whatever.
Do it in
One.
Japanese. Come on. Ichi. Ichi.
Ichi.
Yeah.
Okay. You give me a day, I would have come up with it.
Yeah. Yeah. ChatGPT. All right. Yeah. So long story short, the crew has access to the camps and alumni have access to the camps right now. Everyone else, we will open registration in about 5 days from the team. This is when you get priority pricing, priority registration, the works. Come like October 10th or so, we will open up the camp for the public. And then once those floodgates open, we can't turn them off, guys. It's super scary. Like I might have 300 emails already. Like it's scary. Like everyone wants in. So you better get in before they do.
Dig it.
Now, we've been on for an hour and we haven't really talked about what we want lesson or topic, but we bounced around it. So I think we can do it in a minute or less. But before we do that, does anyone else have any other questions? Like I feel like there's a lot of questions out there. Like you guys look so interested.
Yeah, we're going to use our
Ricky's like,
topic
oh my
of the night
God,
as our
you guys are terrible.
sign. So if you don't ask your question now, we're going to kind of put a bow on it and with our topic and then our sign off. So,
Yeah.
got questions? Throw them up.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
No, stay silent longer. It's awkward and it makes people want to say something to fill the silence. That was so cool. Can't do it. Okay. Topic. How to race a championship race, how to execute. And I don't think it's too different from any other race. I touched on it the other day in our Facebook group. We talked a little about it today. Potts, give your overview, your like big hitter of how to race a championship race because you've done so many of them.
So, devising a plan that comes from the heart. You prepare the best way you know how by turning over rocks and exploring options in the preparation phase, elevating your skills, your knowledge, your experience on a daily basis gets you prepared for championship races. Having a focal point in the race needs to come from inside. That's where you drive your own race plan and you work on one thing at a time. Being present and focused in the moment is the biggest task and the tallest hurdle of the day. So, the more present you can be in the moment, the greater your chances for success.
Yeah.
When it comes time to predictions and how you're going to feel, this is where I put that off to the side. It's not about, a certain expectation. It's about being your best in that moment, doing your best, so you have no regrets and no reason to look back. So executing in the moment, being present, challenging yourself to adapt and overcome because we all experience obstacles. Be as prepared as possible, go through all the scenarios, come up with a game plan so you have plans A through Z so you can iterate on them in the moment. Take what you know, apply it to what you don't, and being present.
Yeah. It's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I think the preparation part and being present, being able to adapt is so critical. And I think if I said this the other day, if you prepare properly and you internalize and worry about you, you're going to have a great day. And when you start worrying about, oh, what's happening here or what this person's doing or how I'm doing compared to this person, you're going to have problems. Don't let the moment be bigger than you. It's just a moment. You're having a bad time, something's going on. No one cares. It's not the end of the world. Overcome, adapt. It's not the end of the world if, like, you miss a gel or someone gets away or you're slow for a mile or two. It can be better. Like, it's just another day swimming, biking, and running. Yes, and it means a lot. It means a ton. Don't get me wrong. But if you if you get so in your head that the moment becomes bigger than who you are, um, you're not going to have success. Just go and execute. Preparation matters, and then you just execute. You put it on autopilot at that point at certain times, and then you just stay and um. Well, you always have to be thinking. That's why I hesitated there. You always have to be thinking and always adapting and overcoming, but you can't be thinking about the negatives. You can't think about what other people are doing. You just have to go and do. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Usually it's dressed up a little bit more. It's dressed up not only in terms of the skirt that the race is wearing and the lipstick that has gone on in terms of like the publicity. That's just dressing. It's not the meat and it's not the heart of it. It's still just a race. There's a start and there's an end. That's
Yeah.
my dog.
I mean, again, I always think back to I used to go to races with this guy, good buddy of mine, and he'd be like, "Man, that guy looks so fast. Oh, you see, they're doing this interval," or "Oh, he looks so fast," and I'd be like, "Bro, we're faster than every single person here. There's maybe one other person that's as fast as us at this race. Just stop, like, just go out and do your thing." Or like even dude, Potts, even with you, like we'd be walking around and like you look fast, right? But like these guys, now they're our age, but like these 45-year-old guys, man, they got all the cool stuff. They look super fast. Oh my God, this looks so fast. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter what they look like or what they're doing. Let's just go out and swim, bike, and run, and it'll be fine. Rip people's legs off. Have fun with it.
There
Um,
you go.
Dude, I will say this, sorry, one more digression. The championship races are way harder. I think I think Kona is one of the worst for an age group athlete, to get caught up in the crap, like pre, during, before, and then during the race, because like you're on the bike and like you're like, yo, I'm pushing big watts right now. I'm going fast, and a train of 100 guys go by and you're like, what the F just happened? And you're trying to drop back and you're like, I can't drop back for 40 minutes. Like it doesn't work that way. And so it's like you just got and then it gets frustrating. So you got to like push all that away and just ride your bike and go and realize that like there's not many people that are going to be able to put out what you can put out and do what you can do. And it doesn't matter anyway. Just do what you can do and have a great day. So yeah, that's it. And then enjoy it. Celebrate. Have fun. Go get some paella negra and some sangria. If you haven't had paella negra, you will. Go for it. That means black paella for anyone that doesn't speak Spanish, if you couldn't tell. Andy, have
All
you
right, dude.
ever had paella negra?
No, because I can't eat
Oh,
shellfish.
that's right. You're such a wussy. You need to harden
I
up.
know, I know, I know. All I need to do is just swell up immensely and then go to the ER. That's all it does take.
Just do it once and then you'll be fine. Hey, that's how that works.
That's how that works.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. You're the best. I'm just gonna go now. Twos.
But